Perfect.
Now James, Gerald Griffins Claughaun Sunday, it's a very, very quick turnaround from the semi-final that you played on Tuesday night, but first of all, how are things in the camp and how are you yourself feeling heading into this final?
Yeah, all things are good. I suppose it's been an intense week for some of our players, especially the dual players. We're going well in both codes at the moment now. The junior hurlers are in a county semi and they were out last Saturday, and then obviously with the footballers out on Tuesday, so we've 13 dual players. So I suppose the last couple of days now it's a case of just getting on the recovery, and whatever sessions we do in the meantime will be light, just with a view to getting the bodies right for Sunday. But I suppose it's a good position to be in, where you've the club going well in both codes and a county final to be looking forward to, so they'll be all good come Sunday.
When you came into the club, Claughaun is a club synonymous, unfortunately, in going back, it has to be going back 20-25 years since they were winning, even more since they were winning at senior level in both codes. Was that history, were you aware of that, or was it explained to you, or could you just feel it when you came into the club?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like my first year there was 2017. I was in as coach the last 3 years. This is my first year as manager. But fairly soon on, when you go in there, the first week you're made known of the history, and like even my backroom team now, of Barry Ryan and Tom McGarry, and they would have been stalwarts of teams gone by that would have been involved in county winning teams. So I suppose we've continued that on, like by bringing those guys in as selectors. Like they pass down what knowledge they have to the younger players, and I suppose what Sunday's about is our lads just creating their own bit of history now, and not just winning intermediate titles, it's about getting Claughaun back up senior and challenging for senior titles where they should be.
Yeah, this season has been, I suppose, quick fire in a lot of ways. You seem to have grown into the championship. A draw the first day against Mount Collins, but since then you've won every single game. Obviously beaten Rathkeil, your neighbour St Pat's, and then obviously Sennons on Tuesday night. Do you think you're battle hardened enough coming into this final?
Definitely, yeah. Like when we saw the group, it was a lot harder than the original groups when they were drawn back in January. And I suppose the Mount Collins game, we were up by 6 points, I think, in the second half water break, and we just kind of eased off a little bit. And I suppose the preparation for that game wasn't ideal because we had a positive test in the club 2 weeks before that. So we literally went in from coming out of quarantine to going straight into playing championship. So I think that might have come against us in the final minutes. But in the game since, I feel we've definitely gone from strength to strength, and we're in good form going into Sunday.
And you as a manager, how have you balanced you mentioned the dual club there, you're still going in the hurling at semi-final stage. How has the club balanced that out, between, obviously you mentioned I think 13 or 14 shared players. How has that worked from your point of view?
Yeah, I suppose it was just something that I had to iron out with the junior hurling manager at the start of the year. We knew that the season was going to be condensed, and that it was going to be a bit of tug of war for the players, but you have to think of player welfare and things like that. So we kind of came down to agreement that was beneficial for both camps. And I suppose some of the most successful clubs in the country, as you look at Lockmore, they're able to juggle both teams. So it is possible, but it just takes some good management between both codes.
Opponents on Sunday, Gerald Griffins, they beat Claughaun last year. You said you were involved, beat Claughaun last year in the semi-final. Are you expecting a very similar hour of football, or what has changed for you in the meantime?
Yeah, possibly. I think the weather conditions for the weekend are meant to be great, so that'll be one big difference from last year. And I suppose last year Griffins got off to a very good start, and maybe a little bit of panic set in from our lads. We have a very young squad, and I think last year the panic set in. They started maybe going for goals too early when they were chasing the game, besides keeping the scoreboard ticking over. So yeah, look, we've definitely come on, we've learned from our experiences, and even that Mount Collins game, it was a great test to get early on in this championship. So yeah, I feel like our lads are ready, and that we've learned from past experiences, and hopefully it'll be a different result this year compared to the semi last year.
Now, John Lynch, Gerald Griffins. John, you're back into an intermediate county football final. I suppose 12 months ago, with that defeat, you would have been eager to get back to the biggest occasion at intermediate football, and you've managed to do that.
Oh yeah, definitely. This was only last year. Sure, after a replay, it was only a kick of a ball between ourselves and Galtee Gales, and we were gutted we lost it. But obviously the lads didn't drop their heads. We got straight back into the start of the year. Obviously COVID kind of threw a wobbler in the middle of it all then as well. But straight away, when the training kicked off again in July, we tore into it, and we're going very well, and we're back in the final. It's great.
Yeah, the COVID situation, I suppose, did players really knuckle down and improve fitness and improve strength, or what way did you lay it down to them? What did you want them to do in that interim period?
Well, this was the problem. Was initially the whole world shut down, so she didn't know would we get back playing football at all. So a lot of the boys were doing their own thing, bit of training, just running. I suppose they knew the problems as well, literally with social distancing and the isolation rules. Guys couldn't even meet up to do anything together. But overall, the lads are mature enough, and after last year as well, they knew they need to keep their fitness up, and they did it. But then when we got the go-ahead from Croke Park and the government, back where it was it about early to mid-July, the guys, they just didn't need to be told. They were straight back in the field, and it's been just a very good 8 to 10 weeks. They've been very dedicated in full numbers. It's been very good.
Yeah, the two knockout games, you conceded just 18 points. The defence most certainly on top in those games, but I mean, you've scored in, I think it's a 227 in those games as well. Two healthy wins in knockout football. You must be pleased with how the side are progressing, especially in the knockout phase.
Oh no, we're very happy. All right, that I suppose we at the start of the year we were looking at a possibility. Last year we played 10 championship games and doing the replay to lose it overall. So we knew it was going to be a much shorter season once COVID kicked in. But no, things are going well. We do have a few knocks. Hopefully they'll be ironed out before Sunday. But the guys have really knuckled down, and the games against Rathkeil and Mungret, they just went well for us in the day. Like Rathkeil, we knew they were going to come at us. We knew Mungret are a very strong team. We barely, they beat us last year. We pipped them the year before in 2018, and it was a very good game of football and Skeeton that day as well. And we came out on top, and we're delighted.
Yeah, one team we also came out on top of last year was at the semi-final stage was Sunday's opponent, Claughaun. You managed to get the better of them that evening. I think it was a Sunday evening in McNeville Park.
It was, yeah.
Do you expect a game along similar lines, or what would have changed in those 12 months?
Well, I don't think all that will have changed, because I say that they're we're both in the final. We both deserve to be there. We both worked hard. We've won all our matches. I think it'd be like, we know Claughaun are, just to say, they're a big club. They're a much bigger club than we are. They will be well prepared. We've seen them. We know they've seen us as well, which is part of the game nowadays as well. Despite COVID and that as well, you have to try and get some bit of homework on the opposition anyway. I don't think there'll be a lot of difference really. It's just me a very hard game of football. And last year it was a very tight game. We might have got, some people said we were lucky. We didn't feel that we had that much luck. We missed scores. They missed scores. But I think that no one's going to run away with this game on Sunday. It's going to be a tight game, which is what we want. It'll be good for the spectators that can get in as well.
Yeah, you mentioned the spectators there. The limited number that's coming in, it's great that they can get to the game, but unfortunately you're going to have to leave a few behind.
We're going to have a lot more than a few.
A lot more than a few, yeah, exactly. But last year, I remember speaking with someone from your club, and they were just speaking about how the bunting and all that is out. What way are things it's the strangest probably of county finals in some regards, but what way are things looking in the parish this week?
It's looking very like last year. Bunting is up everywhere. The school is behind us. The kids are doing drawings on that as well. It's great because, again, for a very small place like us, it's a huge occasion to have, especially again for the year we people have had. It's going to keep the whole parish and two villages going week to week. We've kept winning, and so things will keep going, and it's giving a bit of optimism to look forward to as well. Thankfully, the great thing is it's been streamed live on Sunday. That's a huge plus, because other than that it would be sad, because even like the likes of my own parents who went to all matches last year, you only get 50 tickets. So if you were even saying to the players, we have a panel of 25, 26, if they want to bring their two parents, each of the players, that's it. Then you've got supporters and that of it. So it's tough going. It's just like all clubs, we're trying to do the open draw system, be fair and get people into the game as well. But it's just going to be bizarre, especially in a place like the size of Newcastle West to stand up there as well, and only 100 people watching a county final. But I know, like we said, we'll have the full parish behind us. No doubt there'll be plenty of people trying to get in. There'll be people outside in the car park waiting for us, win, lose or draw as well, with the help of God. But it's just, at this stage, we'll deal with all that. There are the times we live in, but our real aim now is just the game. We want to get out in the field, get the warm-up done, get the ball thrown in, and get on with an hour's football, and hopefully come out on top.
And you're very welcome to Newcastle West GA grounds for today's county intermediate football final. It's the meeting of Gerald Griffins and Claughaun here for this eagerly anticipated final. It is, of course, a very breezy and blustery and rainy afternoon here in Newcastle West. Both teams out and preparing diligently for the last 15-20 minutes thereabouts. We're about 10 minutes from throw-in just at this present moment, and last couple of shots being taken in either goals. Of course, we will have our round of Ian, and we also have to have the coin toss, which will take place in just a couple of moments' time. It's going to be a titanic struggle. It's one of these two teams will, by the end of this afternoon, be in senior football ranks. I'm delighted to be joined by former Limerick senior footballer and Ballysteen clubman Pa Ranahan here this afternoon. Pa, a meeting of West and City, a meeting of two very traditionally strong football clubs.
Yeah, and if you're to be honest about it, there are two clubs that in intermediate level have been knocking on the door big time in the last 3 or 4 years. You have Gerald Griffins, who 17 in a semi-final, 18 semi-final, 19 of course against Celtic Gales, had the final and the replay, and again back in the final. So knocking on the door, literally hammering on the door at this stage to try and get back up senior. And you've Claughaun, a team who in 2 years have only suffered one defeat, and that's against Gerald Griffins in the semi-final last year. So they're definitely two farm teams, you'd have to say, over the last 2 years.
And it's a game that, with the conditions, is probably going to be low scoring, and I would imagine very, very tight. Score is going to be hard to come by in this kind of conditions. And we were just saying, just off here a couple of seconds ago, it's very hard to say which way the breeze will favour here. It's swirling so much.
Yeah, it's really tough conditions. Like, I don't know, will it come across on screen? Like, but the wind is just changing direction every 2 minutes. Like, the surface here in Newcastle is fantastic for this time of year, to be fair, so that won't be an issue. But the wind for lads shooting from outside a distance, I'd say free takers today will have a massive part to play in it.
The old adage that you have to lose a county final to win one. Gerald Griffins here, of course, were here 12 months ago, defeated that day, of course, by Celtic Gales after a replay, who survived again at senior level yesterday afternoon. But would you give them the nod as being slight favourites?
Yeah, look, I was lucky enough to be involved in Mungret this year, and we played them last weekend in the semi-final, and I was really impressed with Gerald Griffins. Like, look, on paper they're a fantastic team. They've littered with county players, especially around the middle with Tommy Griffin, Colin McSweeney, Jim Liston, and they all stood up last week. So you would have to give a slight nod to them, that they just, with the performance they put in last week and the players they have at their disposal. Darren Noonan back was missing last year. Colin McSweeney was missing for a lot of last year through injury. Like, on paper they have it, but like, I will say, if there's one team that can upset the apple cart, it's Claughaun, and they won't care who's against them. Like, they definitely won't, and they're on a roll of their own.
That was a real tough game last Tuesday evening, so we're talking about five days odd. Will that break mean anything between the two teams? Obviously, Claughaun played last weekend. They had 2 days extra break. Will it count for something?
A small bit, but like, when you're winning, it doesn't really matter. Like, the difference if they lost Tuesday and they were out again Sunday having to play, like, they have a lot of lads who are hurling as well. So like, they're playing week on week, and the difference is they're winning week on week. So they won't feel it as much. Like, they'll be buzzing in Claughaun all week for this, and coming in as underdogs, probably not as much pressure on. Gerald Griffins kind of feel now is the time to get up senior. Claughaun definitely feel the same. But to answer your question, I don't think Tuesday to Sunday is a massive difference. They don't seem to have anyone injured. I know Kevin Howard is a big addition that wasn't playing Tuesday as well. So look, their team might even be stronger.
Yeah, and of course Claughaun still involved very much in the Junior Hurling Championship. That of course coming to a conclusion as well within the coming weeks. But today they are very much focused on what their footballers can do for the men from the city. And we'll start with their team to our left-hand side. It's in goal Ronan Power. Alan Kelly, Craig Carew and Dara Keenahan will make up the Claughaun full backline. Cian Graham, Kevin Howard replaces Kyron McGarry at number 6 and Mark O'Halloran wears number 7. It's Cian Burns, better known as Gaza, in midfield and Kieran Moran, with Sam Mullins, Alex Kiley and Podge O'Rahala on the half-forward line. Owen Murphy, Jamie McGarry and Gary Bateman will be taking the place in the inside line. As we know, places don't really mean much in football nowadays, Per Anahan. I'm sure we'll see Claughaun operating with much less than 6 forwards, especially in these conditions. Yeah,
you just look at number 14 there, Jamie McGarry. Like, he's definitely someone you'll see out around the middle under kickouts. Like, he's a serious ball winner, as is Cian Burns. Like, kickouts are going to be massive today, and if you're Claughaun, like Brian Scanlon's in goals for Gerald Griffins, it's going to be a big thing. If they push up, is he going to clear him? But ball possession today is massive. Like, Claughaun did very well Tuesday night against St. Sinnans on kickouts, and look, we all know football now. If you're not winning at least 50%, 55% of the ball, you're in trouble. But Claughaun definitely have the players out around the middle there to win that ball.
Well, the Gerald Griffins coach Shane Kelly finds himself in familiar surroundings this afternoon. The Newcastle West clubman, of course, coaching Gerald Griffins for the last number of seasons. And he starts, along with his management team, with Brian Scanlon, a very experienced goalkeeper, in goals this afternoon. Martin McSweeney, Diarmuid Noonan and Brian Long will line out in the full back line. Brendan Stack, Paddy O'Connell and Paul Bruder in midfield. The aforementioned Colin McSweeney and Jim Liston partner in midfield, and they will be trying to supply John Mackay, Darren Noonan and Michael Thornton with ball in their half-forward line, while inside MJ Ambrose, Tommy Griffin and Gerard Stack will be the kingpins and the guys that they will be looking to do the damage here and bring that county football title west to Gerald Griffins this afternoon. We're just watching the toss in midfield, and it's going to be between the number 10 Sam Mullins from St. Patrick's and of course Brian Scanlon, the goalkeeper from Gerald Griffins. And we're just awaiting the toss now. Referee Richie Maloney from Bruff is telling Brian Scanlon that he has won the toss and they've opted to play from left to right as we look at here. Last couple of instructions from Richie Maloney in terms of what he is expecting from both sides this afternoon. This, Per Anahan, with these weather conditions, is going to be a war of attrition.
Yeah, and it's really like, it's kind of like you're kind of, you don't want to be saying things, but the team who wants it often in these conditions is who's going to win it. And I don't think either team is lacking in that department. They both have shown so far like that there's a serious desire to try and get back up to senior and do more. But the thing is, you have to do it today. Like, so what's gone before has gotten to this point, but today in these conditions, it's definitely kind of be a battle. Whoever kind of battles the hardest and wins that dirty ball, as they say, is probably going to come out on top.
Well, Well, it's Richie Maloney, as we said, from the Bruff GA Club. We comes here this afternoon as our referee, and it's Donny Enright on this near sideline, and at the far sideline, Martin Doherty, of course, of the St. Mary Sean Finn's Club in Rathkeil, who will patrol over there. Fourth official is the ever-experienced Mike Sexton. All is in readiness. The hoops are Claughaun away to our left, and the plain green, bottle green jerseys are that of the men from Gerald Griffins. We expect changes aplenty, but now we await for our On the Vein. And there we have it. It's all is in readiness for this 2020. What a year it's been. County final, county intermediate football final. And Kevin Howard, an early change into midfield, of course, in place of Karen McGarry. And he will line out there with his number 8. That, of course, is Gaza Cian Burns. And it's Richie Maloney just about to get us underway. And again, as we look around, I think the 1 to 15 maybe might only be a couple of players that have just started where they were originally named.
For throw-ins nowadays, you couldn't tell who's playing where. It takes a few minutes before you kind of see who settles and who's in what position. Okay, and it's Jim Liston with an early ball onto John Mackay, and this looks like Tommy Griffin drifting out, kicking it right foot inside. Good chance here, early chance for Gerald Griffins, but it's snuffed out. And coming away with it is the full back line. Looks like Alan Kelly. Out now as far as the number 7, Mark O'Halloran. Back as far as Cian Graham. And slow, patient build-up play. We don't know who the breeze favours just at the moment, as Kevin Howard takes it just inside his own D there, and we'll be looking to break slowly, just looking away to the left-hand side. It looks like Claughaun just playing with 2 between the 65 and the 45, and 2 right deep inside, so playing very deep starting positions in that full forward line. And it's Martin Doherty who signalled a kick to Gerald Griffins. And it's a good kick up as far as Colin McSweeney. He's been challenged twice, unfairly so. First free of the game goes to Gerald Griffins. And a small crowd, of course, here this afternoon. Strange times. COVID-19 dictating the play. Just 200 spectators odd here in Newcastle West, in what is a fabulous, fabulous ground for a game at any day of the year, let me tell you. And it's Gerald Griffins with his free just inside the 65, and it's back with Jim Liston. Ball is broken, and Claughaun have somehow won that back there, and it's Alan Kelly playing it back short, and it looks like Cian Graham is bringing this ball forward, being challenged here by John Mackay, and that's a good solid challenge on Mark O'Halloran, but the ball continues down along the line, and Paddy O'Connell just came late on Mark O'Halloran there. And second free of the afternoon in an advanced position here. Could be a chance for Claughaun, but they're going to play short, I'd say, Pat. Yeah, you can see Gerald Griffins, they're not really setting up with a sweeper, so like, in fairness, they're playing an open brand, they're letting the 2v2 inside.
And it's threaded through beautifully there by Alex Kiley, and it looks like Jamie McGarry inside. No, it's not. It's Gary Bateman, and Bateman has swung his leg at that, and the first score of the game goes to the men from the city. And after 2 minutes and 10 seconds, we have Gary Bateman on the score sheet. And again, as we said, a kick out already taken. Hard to know where that breeze is going, but Claughaun, good early attack there.
Yeah, that'll really settle them, like the first time getting inside the 45, and they didn't. That's the area you need to be shooting from today, about 20 yards out, comfortable, not under pressure. Like, so that was a really good score from Gary Bateman. Okay, Paddy O'Connell bringing this ball forward, being met with by Kevin Howard, and it's Tommy Griffin way out the field, back as far as
Jim Liston now, back to Liston again as he moves in towards the attacking 45 for the Gerald Griffins men, and it's stolen a march up along the far line there. That looks like Paul Bruder, and it's cutting inside his Bruder. He loses possession back as far as Darren Noonan, and it looks like Gerald Stack coming in there, and yes, Stack is fouled, and Richie Maloney saying, yeah, was a little bit of contact on you there, and it might have been Alan Kelly who was the guilty party, and it's going to be a chance for Gerald Griffins to tie up the game here. Oh, and a short ball has come to Colin McSweeney back as far as Gerald Stack, and the dink pass goes in and over the bar, and well, I think they might have had goal in their mind there, Pat.
They do, yeah. In fairness, they looked really lively as well last week. That when they're very unselfish in the forwards, they're popping the ball around, and Claughaun are going to have to be really aware on those ones because they were kind of asleep there, and Colin McSweeney was wide open, and you're right, I think they were kind of testing to see was there more on offer, and in fairness, Gerald Stack saw that there wasn't and just tapped it over the bar then.
Well, he looks lively in the opening few minutes, just Gerald Stack, and won that free and was quick thinking along with his midfield partner Colin McSweeney, and it's Ronan Power. How does that kick out look? Well, that looks to have well held up in the breeze now, and it's back into the Gerald Griffins full forward line, and it's Darren Noonan who gives it off, in fact, as far as the number 8 Colin McSweeney, and that's good save, a very good save in there by Ronan Power as the ball comes back out, and the Jamie McGarry, well, he has been fouled, and the free has also been blocked, and the advance of 10 yards has been given, but he doesn't take it, and it's Gaza. Cian Burns bringing this ball forward, looking for a runner outside, and that would be Sam Mullins, he's captain. Down along the near sideline here in Newcastle West as the ball is gone inside now as far as their number 13, and that is Owen Murphy, and Murphy strikes it with the right foot. It's dropping. Brian Scanlon does really well under the bar there. And well, a testing ball, especially with that breeze. And Owen Murphy had just swung a leg at it as Paul Bruder, in fact, brings this ball forward. And it's Jim Liston now who's gone out over the sideline. Big hit from Kevin Howard there.
Yeah, but just even there, Jerry, like Paul Bruder did well bringing it up, but just passes to the ground today. Like it's just going to be a big no-no. Like in the middle of life, very difficult for Jim there, and it was good work from Claughaun to turn it over. Like it's been a good contest so far.
Okay, Padjo Raleigh taking the pass from the sideline kick, and it's off to Kieran Moran, and it's back to Kevin Howard, a man, of course, who plays hurling with Old Christians. Is not too far away from Claughaun in the city, of course. There's no hurling club there. And it's football with the men in the hoops as Gaza brings this ball forward, and he looks to kick, and Gaza's kick, well, it hasn't gone dead just yet. The breeze has somehow held it up in there, and it's still alive for Claughaun as it's been played out beautifully now by Paddy O'Connell. And just simple stuff. Brian Long bringing it away, crossing the field, and it's Jim Liston. Patient build up now inside as far as Gerald Stack as the ball is broken away from him. And Stack just trying to hop the ball, and maybe that skill isn't one they might not just use today, even though there isn't a lot of water on the ground, Pa.
No.
It's still going to be very skiddy.
Yeah, everything has to be so precise today because the wind, like there again, that kind of pass, like it's lethal, and they're the things that'll kill you today.
And it could just come down to something like that as Kieran Moran brings it forward, popping the ball into space for Owen Murphy to come onto. He had one on his left-hand side just a couple of moments ago. He's at the opposite corner flag now. For company is Brian Long, just trying to hold him out. Good tackle from Darren Noonan. Has the ball gone dead? It's not gone dead just yet. Umpires watching it vigilantly back there, and it's Paul Bruder. It's Darren Noonan now. There's a flood of players trying to get their hand in it. I think it's Brian Long even. And Richie Maloney deciding that
The classic throw-in.
It's going to be a hot ball, yes. Everybody gets a chance to win it when it's in the air as opposed to win it when it's on the ground. So is it going to be something to Claughaun? It looks like Kevin Howard coming forward. Well, Kevin Howard's coming forward, obviously, for height advantage as he's going to try and contest this with Tommy Griffin. And it's Griffin who just palms it back to Paddy O'Connell, to Brian Long. And it's, again, Gerald Griffins with valuable possession in their hands, and Jim Liston coming out, finding his fullback of Diarmuid Noonan, of course, the men from Lahal and the Ballyhahal, that's clubs on the Shannon Estuary, of course, making up Gerald Griffins, looking to get themselves back to senior football. And well, it's a few years since they've been there, and it's Brendan Stack who's bringing this one forward, kicking it into his full forward line. Emerging is MJ Ambrose, And it's off now. This is Colin McSweeney, who's such a strong runner with the ball. Back to Darren Noonan, onto his left. This is going to go another one. This is Tommy Griffin breaking through. Griffin kicks and in, and that's a really good score. Patient and experienced build-up play there, Per Anahan.
Yeah, that was fantastic play. Really, like Brendan Stack is a really good footballer. Number 5 for Joe Griffins, really comfortable on the ball and kick passing the ball 25-30 yards in these conditions is no mean feat. And it was a great ball into the full forward line, and you could see they had a pattern to their play there. Colin McSweeney stayed wide. He tested out the Claughaun backs, and then when he got no joy, Darren Noonan popped to Tommy Griffin, who broke the line. And I think a free was incoming anyway, but it was a good score, and that's a really good football.
Yeah, Shane Kelly having words here with Paddy O'Connell, and of course Shane, a very experienced footballer and now graduated to being a coach in his own right.
Yeah, like, and he's 2 years, this is his second year with Gerald Griffins. He'd 3 years previous with St. Sinnans, and he got a final loss, I think, or a semi-final loss with them, and the second year they won the intermediate. Like, so he certainly has the pedigree to get teams out of this level anyway. But they're really well structured. Like, Gerald Griffin's lovely football team, but there's a bit of structure to it now as well, what they're doing. That score there was just straight off the training ground if you were to draw it up, like, so that'll give them confidence again. And like, given the conditions, the football that's been on show so far has been decent.
Yeah, and it's been a day of course for county finals. Crocora winning the junior football final was played a little bit earlier on today, of course, defeating Monaghan, and a bit earlier on, not overly unexpected, Adair overcoming Ballylanders.
Yeah, look, Adair, our D team in the county at senior level last 4 years. They've 3 counties won, and like it'll take a lot to stop them winning a few more. Like, as I heard somewhere, the gauntlet has been thrown down now as regards are you able to get to their level, because they've really brought it on a couple of levels in Limerick.
Well, it's a battle for possession, and it's won well by Gerald Griffins, and it's Paul Bruder who's done extremely well to bring that ball forward, and it looks like Ger Stack who's bringing it in now, off as far as MG Ambrose, and it's Stack is in possession again. Flood of Claughaun hoop jerseys back there for company, and it's going to recycle it, could come back outside the 45, and that's exactly what Gerald Griffins are doing. It's Brendan Stack back now as far as Jim Liston. And Liston trying to pierce his way through here if he can, and it's off as far as Tommy Griffin, operating far away from full forward. This is really good ball across, and Claughaun at 6s and 7s, and a good hand there by Paddy O'Connell, and that intercepted something that could have been very, very dangerous for Claughaun as they now try to build, and a press is coming from Gerald Griffins, illegally so, by Jim Liston, and it's going to be Claughaun. We're going to have this free kick. Good sporting game so far. We're about 10.5 minutes old, or thereabouts. And it's the men from Gerald Griffins leading 2 points to 1. It's not going to be massively high scoring, I would imagine. Looking at other and listening to other games around the country with the weather conditions, of course, which has come across Europe in the last couple of days. We're getting just the end of it at the moment, and we're seeing it here this afternoon. But it's Claughaun who are on the attack very much so, and it's Gary Bateman is inside. Bateman with the left kick, and that is a beautiful, beautiful kick. And Martin McSweeney had a acre of ground in front of him there in which to contest with Gary Bateman, and difficult to try and do anything there if you're a cornerback, Pat. You would identify with that.
Definitely, you're out on an island there on your own. You're just hoping the ball in wasn't good, and it was. And like, that's what I was saying. They're going 2-on-2 inside, and Gary Bateman looks very dangerous early on. He's 2 scores off his left already. Like, and to be fair to Claughaun, with the little bit of possession they have, they've made the most use out of it. Gerald Griffins do probably look the more dangerous, but the level scores at the minute.
And it's Gary Bateman with both of the Claughaun scores as Kevin Howard wins the ball back. And Colin McSweeney trying to get something on it. It's Kieran Moran coming forward, or it's actually Cian Burns, Gaza, playing the ball out to this near side, and Gary Bateman again, left-footed by Bateman. That's 3 for him. And in the first 11 minutes and 45 seconds, Gary Bateman, he's kicked 4 at the goals, I think, and that's 3 that have gone over.
Yeah, and even when it was coming out to him there, you just knew, having scored 2 already, there was no way that he wasn't pulling the trigger. And it wasn't a wild shot. I'd say whatever little bit of breeze was there, he made use of it. He just passed it over the bar from about 30 yards out, and like, he's brought good form into this match, and the 3 points from playing the first 12 minutes in the county final, like, you can't ask for any more from your inside man.
Well, his nerves are well settled at this stage. That kick out from Brian Scanlon was intended for Colin McSweeney. It didn't get there, and it's Claughaun again, and it's Kevin Howard coming through now, left foot Howard trying to drop out to the left hand side and wide, and interestingly enough, that's our first wide of this afternoon. And Kevin Howard knows he should have did better there now. I just see him looking up towards the sky.
Yeah, look, I think Kevin has done a fantastic job. I think he man-marked Gerald Hegarty in the quarter final and did it there, but like in football teams, everyone has their job, and I don't think scoring points from 35 yards out is his job. But like he's been really good so far. He's had a lot of possessions, and Claughaun have their tails up now. They've pinned Gerald Griffins in a small bit.
So kick out call coming, hands up in the air by Brian Scanlon. I presume that's meaning something. There's a lot of that's Tommy Griffin claiming the mark there. There was a lot of Claughaun bodies around it, and play quickly has moved on, and it's John Mackay racing forward now, drifting out to the right. Have we a levelling score? We don't. That's going to go right and wide. Good win there, good mark there by Tommy Griffin.
Yeah, it's like I suppose you have to be careful when you're pushing up a kick-outs against Griffins, because if they do win it, there's an ocean of space in behind. Like Tommy won that ball, moved to John Mackay. Probably should have nailed that little hand in the back when you're shooting, but like you'll always have that from defender. But I wouldn't have an issue with that there now. But look,
spoken like a man who has done that before.
Look, a small one is always okay.
And again, another hand in the back there, and it's been gotten away with on the opposite side. But it's Claughaun who win the breaking ball to the ground from the kick out, and it's with Gazza with Kieran Moore now. It's the kick is coming, and that is a super score. It's actually Cian Burns Gaza who was the man that got that, and I was told not to call him Cian because nobody'd know who I was talking about. It's Gaza who puts Claughaun into a 2-point advantage, and again, good win from the kick out, Pat.
Yeah, they've been very economical when they've gotten forward. I think that's 4 points out of maybe 6 shots, and strangely, I think all 4 have been off left-legged fellas, which is you don't often see that, but they're burned. Like Gaza, he's another fella who brought good form into this game, and they've like as much ball as Gerald Griffins have had, it's not registering on the scoreboard yet. And
Brendan Stack is trying to bring it out of the defence. Jim Liston, slow and patient. Claughaun retreating as this patient play builds up, and it's Colin McSweeney, a big player for Gerald Griffins. They'll be looking for much from him this afternoon as we play just over 14 and a half minutes here. And it's again patient build up as the ball is threaded inside, and that's with the number 15. That's Ger Stack, and Stack trying to get back onto his right. He gets a man onto his right, and that of course is Micheál Thornton. But the half block comes, and it's Jamie McGarry back far from where he was scheduled to play at number 14, in front of his own goalkeeper. And it's Claughaun who are going to play back up here, and handy enough free there on Podge O'Rallick. And it's Claughaun again with that acre of space, and it looks like Diarmuid Noonan now has taken up some sort of a sweeper role as the ball is going to be dinked through, and it's Owen Murphy who's on it, and this is a really good pass here to Gary Bateman. Great chance, it's off the bar, and it's come back out, and that was a really good chance for Claughaun there. It didn't look like a lot was going to come of it. And next thing, the chance came from Bateman, and Brian Scanlon, it had him beaten, but the bar was his saviour this afternoon. And it's still with Claughaun, and it's Kieran Moore, and they've had the lion's share of possession back here to Gaza in midfield. He's twisting onto his left now. Will he fancy it? Trying to maybe get inside his right. No tackle. It's with the left. It's kicked. It's sweetly. It's dropping. And it's another one for the left-footed kickers, Pat.
5 from 5 now. Like that was. I know they're probably disgusted the ball. I'm not sure that Brian get a finger to but Owen Murphy, what a chance he had there of putting a real distance between them. But like to come away with that sort of score is going to give Claughaun massive credit. Like, and their tails are really up now. Like everything seems to be falling their way. Defensively, they're well set, and they're getting joy with most attacks. Like, and everything they kick at the minute is flying over.
Well, yes, definitely. Gerald Griffins have yet to just spark into life, but long way to go in this game yet, as the kick out or the kick up into their forward line just doesn't get the hand, and it's Darren Noonan under huge pressure here, but well played off to John Mackay, on to Paddy O'Connell, who's moving forward now. Good hit from the number 5, that of course Cian Graham, as the ball is played back, and Richie Maloney is holding possession. And I think the ball hit the referee in that circumstance, and that's going to be a hot ball.
Again, you could just see the intensities up from Claughaun. They're the ones on the sideline and on the pitch that are making all the noise. It's a real purple patch for them.
Savage purple patch, and they've got the last 4 scores in a row, let me tell you. 2 from Gary Bateman and 2 from Gaza Burns, as the ball is played back, and it's Jamie McGarry who's coming onto this one. And as we said, well away from the position where he was named earlier on, but being really effective. Back as far as Craig Carew, And Carew gives it back to McGarry, and this is another dink pass here. Oh, nice little touch inside. And it's Owen Murphy looking to beat the cornerback, and that was Brian Long, but Gerald Griffins have done well, and Richie Maloney is going to give a free for that. Just, your confidence is up, when you're touching the ball over your head in the county final.
In fairness, he's flying. Well, if I'm in the full back line for Claughaun, I'm roaring at him, just win the ball and just take him on, because that's what they've been done. The simple stuff they've done perfectly. It's a bit early to be trying flicks.
And as we said, confidence high, and it's another turnover kick as it was played into the Gerald Griffins attack, and it's Jamie McGarry leading forward here with Alex Kelly, and it's Alex Kiley in fact, and again I think that might be Gary Bateman, who was fouled over at that far side, and Richie Maloney just settling down things. Is he going to give 10 yards maybe for someone doing something they shouldn't? It's 5-2. Claughaun in the advantage here, and maybe not with the breeze, because even though we don't have the rain, we're just saying that the breeze is going straight across the field, and it's Kieran Moran with possession at the moment. Will he put a leg on this pass? He's inside the 45. No, he's looking to go short. Would you put it down?
I don't know. Where's the wind blowing? He's looking like it's from the pesto.
Oh, so and it's after Kevin Howard, who was totally unmarked there. Tommy Griffin just give him a couple of yards. Howard kicks it in and over the bar, and it's just simple things like that, Pat.
Yeah, and another left leg. I've never seen so many left leg players on one team. And I did him a disservice earlier saying that wasn't part of his game. In fairness, they're the ones you should be taking on, top of the D, no one near you. And they're heading into the water break. It's actually a great time for a water break for Gerald Griffins, because they really have to kind of circle the wagons here now. And it's amazing things like this. Like Claughaun would be wanting to just keep tipping away here now, let it keep going, and we'll see what will happen after this now. But they've really turned up here to play anyway so far.
And 4 in it at the water break, and it's a significant advantage given the weather conditions, Pa. It's a significant advantage. And we just looked there, I think it's the last 5 have come from Claughaun. On the 11th minute there, it was 2 each. Gary Bateman tied up the game with 2 each. Gerald Griffins had the lead at that stage, and since then Bateman, Burns with 2, and Kevin Howard with the latest one have given Claughaun the advantage. First quarter definitely very much to them.
6 from play in a quarter of football, and we were saying at the start, the conditions, they've been outstanding so far. They've used the ball really smartly, bar that one flick in the corner, and they're shooting whatever about the good football you play, you still have to put the ball over the bar, and they're doing every single thing that you'd hope in a county final day that you'd be turning up and producing, and it's a big challenge now for Gerald Griffins. They probably haven't found themselves in this situation for a long time, and it tests the metal. You're kind of heading in as warm favourites and things aren't going your way, but from their point of view, that was a good time to get a break, a bit of a time out and a chat with Shane Kelly.
And we have seen how water breaks can work for you and against you. Pa, your own experience of water breaks this year, of course, a new phenomenon due to COVID-19.
Yeah, look, it's supposed to be for taking on water, and it is. And look, depending on what referee you have, it could be 60 seconds or 3 minutes, so you don't know. But I think as a player, when you're going over, you don't want to be bombarded with information. You're not going to take much in. If you take
defenders, it's Darren Noonan with the kick. This would be a good score. Were it to go over, and the umpire waves right, and he waves wide. And still in all, even though that's a rare attack, I think Gerald Griffins would be happier with this quarter.
Yeah, obviously they've kept Claughaun scoreless, and they've added one themselves, but it's still the Claughaun lads. You can see they're that bit more aggressive when the ball is there. There are 3 lads diving on Darren Noonan's foot there when he was kicking it, and they still carry that threat up front. They've got the 2v2 inside, and I know they haven't scored this quarter, but they're still ahead by 3 in a game, which scores are hard to come by.
Okay, and we just have the 1 mark in the game so far, and it was from a Claughaun kick, or from a Gerald Griffins kick out earlier on. Thought might have been got there, but ball was spilled just at the last moment as it's into the danger man, and this of course is Owen Murphy trying to get inside, and Diarmuid Noonan adjudged to have fouled him back. Pa, your thoughts?
It's one of those, again, I'm not a ref, but if I was reffing and the ball comes loose, I kind of give the benefit of the doubt to the defender, and maybe he did have a small little pull of the jersey, but it wasn't anything severe, in the conditions, given what's happened at the other end. There's a bit been left go the whole time. I think if the ball comes loose, I think play away, but if you held onto it, no problem.
Chance to put 4 in it now, Kieran Moran. And it's a difficult day for kickers. A right-footed kick, Pa, you'd have expected him to get it.
Yeah, I just just the 2 he's had now, he'd like him back, and just not a good strike. And given how well Gary Bateman's been kicking him, and like, I know it was the wrong side, they say, for a kicker, but when you're on form, you're on form. You give it to the lads that have the hot leg or the hot hand, and he'd want that one back. That was an important chance.
And is there an argument for putting the ball on the ground in that scenario, especially with conditions today?
Yeah, like if you have someone in the team that has that ability, and I would say definitely Claughaun do. Like, a lot of lads would probably be playing junior soccer in town, like, so they'd be good strikers of the ball. Like, so look, it's obviously something that's worked from up to now, like, so can't argue with it.
And it's Gerald Griffins, patient build-up once again. Very assured, and this is Martin McSweeney's coming forward, and his run is just held short, and for no reason, only to signify the short whistle at half time. It's Claughaun who are an advantage here, who had a very, very good opening quarter right up to that water break where they led 6 points to 2, and from there it was Gerard Stack in that last quarter, as we call it now, or the second quarter just before half time, who got that single solitary score in the game, a beautiful score after very, very patient build-up play by Gerald Griffins. And well, it hasn't been as free-flowing as the first quarter. It's been a good half of football, Pa, and a few more scores than we thought we would have seen, considering conditions, not to be understated.
Yeah, like it's not a bad game at all. Like this like it's easy comment from up here standing with a microphone. Like, but the conditions aren't hectic, and but just good kick passes going in on both teams. Like the inside line of Claughaun look dangerous. They've pulled back Stan Mullins. Who's put in a serious shift as captain. Jamie McGarry is doing a lot of good stuff around the field. They do look a threat inside. Like, you feel like Gerald Griffins are kind of starting to figure out a few small things to break the line there. But like, if you're Claughaun, you just go out and say, look, this is what we're doing well. Let's keep them this well. Gerald Griffins, the half time is a bit more right. We need to find a bit more in the second half.
Well, it'll take 30 more minutes to decide the winner here. It's the county intermediate football final. It's Claughaun, the men from Limerick City, who lead the men from West Limerick, Gerald Griffins, on a scoreline of 6 points to 3. It promises to be a very, very interesting second half. Please do join us in what should be a tantalising finish to this game.
We need your help. A donation of €20 from yourself, your family and your friends will not only give you a chance to win your dream car, but it will also give our hurlers and footballers the best possible chance of preparing correctly for the upcoming championship. Go online today at www.limerickga.ie/Mercedes to buy your ticket now. Closing date is the 16th of October. Working together for continued success.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect.
Well, the great story about the draw is everybody tells me I live abroad and yet I won. You know, and then a lot of people say like that they've been in it for 30 years and never won it. Well, I've been in it for 30 years and I've won it twice this year. So it can happen to anybody. I live abroad and it shows an interest in the club and it shows an interest in my history, and that's what it's all about.
We need your help. A donation of €20 from yourself, your friends and your family members will not only give you the chance of winning a dream car, but will also give us the financial support needed to prepare for our upcoming championships. Go online and buy your ticket today at limerickga.ie. Closing date 16th of October 2020. Working together for continued success.
Perfect.
And we're just ready for the start of the second half. Tom McGarry, a wily, seasoned old campaigner, of course, who plied his trade with Claughaun for many years, and then, of course, had a spell with Drumcolor Broadford, but now very much back in the hoops colours as the selector here. Gives the ball back over to Richie Maloney as Richie waits his umpires to get back into position for the start of this second half. There's 3 in it. It's Gerald Griffins who trail, and it's going to be one hell of a finish here, let me tell you, as both teams get their final words of encouragement, and we see who can claim county intermediate football honours for 2020. An unusual year indeed as it is. It's in the middle of the field, and it's with Brendan Stack, and Stack off as far as Jim Liston, kicking the ball inside. I think maybe some advantage might just be with Gerald Griffins in this half, but not an awful lot as this breeze swirls around the Gaelic grounds here in Newcastle West, and it's Jim Liston who has it again. It's trying to play it inside, and it's MG Ambrose just moving back, and it's Brendan Stack, who's back here, would he fancy a kick from distance? He's trying to get it past the 45 at least. Darren Noonan turns inside. He's got a man off his shoulder. This is Micheál Thornton. Kick from Thornton goes in, but it's going to the left-hand side and wide. Third wide of the afternoon for Gerald Griffins. Do you think there's long-range scores here, Pat?
Yeah, you can. If you look at the flags now, it definitely favours the team playing to the town goals. And you could probably see that in the first half in the distance the Claughaun lads were kicking the ball from, and whatever's there is with Gerald Griffins. But again, that time, to be fair to Claughaun, they're putting serious pressure on every time there's a shot being taken. What Gerald Griffins probably need to do is make sure the person kicking it is free and wide open, because it's just they're under too much pressure at the minute.
Well, that's a fine kick into midfield by Ronan Power. However, it found a man in the plain green jersey, and it's Diarmuid Noonan who's breaking forward now. And I'm sure they'll be trying to throw the shackles off here in the second half. And Noonan is fouled, is just inside the 45. And a very interesting stat that Per Ranahan gave us before the game. Claughaun have not lost the group game in 2 years. And the one game that they have lost last season was to the opposition that they're playing right now at the semi-final stage. Of course, Gerald Griffins beaten by Galtee Gales in the final last year. And it's finely balanced here at the moment. It's Gerald Griffins hoping to get something from this one as Colin McSweeney trips as he gets towards Darren Noonan. And Noonan gives it off, and it's with Micheál Thornton back now as far as Brendan Stack inside, trying to get on it. Here is Paul Bruder, and Bruder's got a right-legged kick on it, and that's a really, really, really well-worked score again, Per Ranahan.
Yeah, and a massive score. Just like they had a bit of pressure there, Gerald Griffins, so you need to come away with something. When you're chasing the game, you have to kind of to get the morale going again. And Bruder not operated in the forwards last year a lot, so that was an easy enough score for him. But he finished it well. But again, they were patient. They made sure, and like I said, he was on his own shooting. There was no real pressure, and that's what Gerald Griffins need to do more often.
And long again from Ronan Power into midfield, trying to get a mark, but the ball is spilling to ground, and it's just a leg was thrown there, and on Kieran Moran. And Moran is going to dink it forward. Jamie McGarry. Off him is Gaza. Back across the far side. It looks like Sam Mullins is over there, and it's back with Gaza once more. And it's building in here, and you can see Gerald Griffins have packed inside that 45 now. Not a lot of space in there. It's Alex Kiley. And he's coming forward now and touched in the back. And yes, the man that scored just a couple of seconds ago, Paul Bruder, he is deemed to have come from behind and touched the centre forward in the back as he was going in, took the contact and went to ground.
Yeah.
Easy score here for Gary Bateman, you would imagine.
I remember those ones like Donny Buckley would drill into your head like near hand tackle, because even if you do get the ball, a referee looking at it sees a hand reaching over the top, and from our vantage point even here, that's what it looked like. And it's just one of those, you work so hard to get back level with him, and then you put the hand across. Very frustrating.
Well, you'd fancy Gary Bateman from here now, and he kicks it and he duly obliges. And that's Bateman's fourth score of this afternoon. He's first from a free, as Brian Scanlon looks to get play back underway. It's, if he goes long here now, we'll have a good indication of what his kick out is like, but Scanlon opts to go out to his far side, and it's Martin McSweeney who gives it back into the middle here again. Looks like a worked move, because one of his midfielders had dropped really deep there to take it. This is Tommy Griffin on possession now. Griffin being hounded by 3 Claughaun players, illegally so. And Richie Maloney's going to see, he's going to calm things down here. He's going to see who needs to be spoken to.
In fairness to Rich, he's let the game flow. There's been a lot of tough tackles out there, and he's only blown it when it's really obvious. And other than that, the game has been moving fairly swiftly. And
that was Alex Kiley who was adjudged to a foul that time. A bit of risky here now from Gerald Griffins, but they might just well have got away with it. Diarmuid Noonan playing it back to Martin McSweeney, onto Colin McSweeney, and that's not something you see every day, not a mind in a county final, Per Ranahan. Big kick back towards your own goal, and it's Paddy O'Connell treads it through, but it's broken away, and this is Jamie McGarry. And again, I can just count 6, maybe 7 of Claughaun men between the 45 and 65 as they look to build forward, and it's Gaza giving it back to McGarry, who wears that, 90s haircut, Pa?
It's all the style now.
It's all the style again, yes. And it's with the Claughaun men, of course, huge tradition, as we mentioned earlier on, in that club, and it's Alex Kiley who's trying to bring it forward. And again, much like Gerald Griffins in the first half, this is patient build-up play. Cian Graham coming forward now. Again, another guy with huge experience, giving it off to Owen Murphy, it looks like, and Murphy's trying to cut inside. There's a number of bodies here. There's a Gerald Griffins man, or a Claughaun man over. Good block. Leg has been swiped on it, and the ball goes undecided at the moment. Well, it's going to be a 45. The Gerald Griffins men protesting. Someone just drew a leg in that path.
Yeah, there was just two lads just when it came loose, but it did look like it was the Claughaun leg that hit it last, and given the direction it went. But look, it's done now. It's not going to decide the game, so just need to get on with it. But this is the problem Gerald Griffins have now. Like, the Claughaun lads are really comfortable on the ball, and if you don't push out on them, they're just going to keep it. If you do push out on them, a few gaps, like they'll show there, they're well able to find little gaps, and one more pass there and there was a goal chance.
4-point game, and it looks like this is going to be played short. It doesn't look like Bateman wants to have a go at it from the 45. Looks like he's trying to get somebody inside. He's actually going to have a go at it now, and it's Big Brian Scanlon who's going to see the ball go to his right hand side and wide. And you just saw that he wasn't confident having a go at that.
Yeah, there is a bit of a breeze playing into it. Like, even though he struck it fairly well, if he'd fully convicted to put a bit of conviction in behind it, would have gone over the bar. But look, it's Claughaun are happy the way it is at the minute. They've survived a bit of purple patch, and they're getting plenty of possession.
Third wide in the game from the Claughaun men's point of view, and more importantly, they lead by 3 as well. Here is Gerald Griffin's attack, and it's Diarmuid Noonan back as far as Tommy Griffin, and he was excellent in that opening quarter for them when they really needed someone in the game. And it's trying to get Gerard Stack, one of their key men, on the ball, and Stack plays it back, or plays it in front of him into Colin McSweeney to run onto, and McSweeney does well. And again, it's just that bit slow. McSweeney looking for runners, looking for something to happen around him, looking for somebody to take on a ball on the shoulder. And Gerard Stack has foul possession. And, well, it's just that bit too patient yet for Gerald Griffins.
Yeah, and to be fair, Darren Keenan's done a really good job there. Like, he's at the pitch of every ball. He's not giving him any room at all. He's winning that battle at the minute for definite, and that's a massive win for Claughaun there again. A big turnover, and like, possession is massive now because they're just not giving it away easily.
Sam Mullins on to Podgeralig, on into Gaza, now with Cian Graham. This is really slick from Claughaun at the moment. It's off as far as Bateman, looking for a bit of space to get his left foot on the ball. He's got Paddy O'Connell for company. He's heading towards the in-line. Turns, swings around now, back into Podge again. Back as far as the midfield, and it's going to be recycled back into the 45-yard line. It's Jamie McGarry treading it off now, taking the return pass, getting inside, heading towards the D, that all-important D in Gaelic football. It's with Gaza. Cian Burns plays it inside, and a big hit being made there. And, well, he's going to feel the worst for that. That was a really big hit, but it was pretty much on the ball.
Yeah, it was. Like, there was nothing dirty or anything about it, and it was just kind of shoulder to shoulder, and it was just the way he met him. But just before that, like, it was super play from Claughaun into Gary Bateman, and like, and as good as he's been, if he'd any sort of right leg at all there, he was heading towards the goal and turned onto his left, and Gerald Griffin's got numbers back. But like, it was really good football from end to end.
Looks like Sean O'Connor may be coming on the Gerald Griffins team within the next couple of moments, but right now they're advancing here, and it's with Jim Liston. It's a kick inside, dangerous ball. Gerald Stacks on his own, free outs. Richie Maloney,
clever defending there. He just like felt a bit of a push there, and like, he's a bit of a knock now, but he probably got caught under the ball a small bit. But as soon as he was back and felt Gerard's presence, he just went down. But like, a dangerous ball in, but again, he's doing very well inside there. Really good. It's a really important time in the match now. Like, you're coming up to the second water break. Like, Claughaun will just like keep this going. Claughaun management, James O'Leary, will like, keep this going, lads. Now we'll get you in and have a chat. Shane Kelly the opposite, probably like, we need a score before that water break, and they're making a change now.
It's Sean O'Connor coming on the field of play, and it's Micheál Thornton who's going to make his way. So Sean O'Connor coming on, trying to add something there. We've got 20 good minutes left here. No more game this afternoon for Micheál Thornton, unless maybe we might be seeing extra time and he could feature yet. So let's not rule anything in or out. 3 points in the game, and it's very much Claughaun who are in the advantage here, and those men have had the advantage right from the start, let me tell you. It's with their number 4, and that's Darren Keenahan, and Keenahan doing well. Back to Cian Graham, off to Jamie McGarry, off now to Podge O'Rahlig, on to trying to find Kieran Moran, but well cut out there by Brendan Stack, and he's been very good, 3 men ahead of him. It's with Paul Bruder now, trying to cut inside off as far as Jim Liston, and Liston ball just spills from him. Paddy O'Connell is off his shoulder, he uses him now, and again Claughaun retreating as Gerald Griffin look to tread a ball or tread a man through the eye of a needle, and it's with Jim Liston. Off now as far as full-back Diarmuid Noonan. Lateral play, Brendan Stack. Paddy O'Connell, Diarmuid Noonan. Full number 3 on his back. Kevin Howard for it gives him plenty of attention, and the ball spills away, and Howard just can't get down over possession, and the ball is kicked by Howard as he was losing his footing out over the sideline. Gerald Griffin's ball. Paddy O'Connell gets on it immediately as the play is restarted, and we're so many men tucked inside that 45 now. Precious space, hard to come by. And it's Jim Liston looking, surveying, wanting a runner. It's Dara Noonan, left-footed kicker. It's going to drop short. Good hand in there by Ronan Power, the Claughaun goalkeeper. AstroTurf on that goal. If it had bounced, maybe it could have bounced over the bar. So they're well aware of how important it is to gather possession. It's Gaza coming forward, but too many Claughaun men looking to take it, and it's spilled. And it's Diarmuid Noonan with Tommy Griffin now, off to Brendan Stack. And it's back there for company is Marco Hollern. And Claughaun just defending now, arm outstretched of Richie Maloney. Whistle is gone, and that's going to be a free kick in. Patient play from Gerald Griffins. Chance to put 2 in it, Paranahan.
Yeah, tough free here now, but like Brendan Stack, in fairness, is taking the game to him. Like, there are probably enough lads in Gerald Griffins that are really going at it 1-to-1, I think the time will come shortly if the score stays what it is. When they're looking at Tommy Griffin, probably have to go into the full forward line and change the tactic a small bit, because Claughaun are well able to cope with what's coming at him at the minute.
13 minutes gone in this second half, and we had a real lively opening quarter. Second quarter was much quieter, just 1 score. And the third quarter, we've had 2 scores. Is Claughaun pressuring the kicker into taking it quickly. Darren Noonan lumps it up into the air. It's not going to go anywhere, only into the hands of a Claughaun man. And that looks like Kieran Moran, who's taken it. Kevin Howard. Back maybe to Alan Kiley back there. And it's Howard again. Ball is coming maybe across the field. It's with Cian Graham. He's had a fine game this afternoon so far, and he's won a free here. Richie Maloney saying free from way back here. So Cian, back you got to come.
That was really good though from him there. He moved. They were kind of stuck, and he just backed himself and broke and moved the ball 20 yards up the field, and it just takes it out of danger.
And they're showing plenty of experience here. Are the Claughaun men. Podge O'Rahlig onto this ball. With him is John Mackay as the ball is turned back inside. Dara to Alex Kiley. And it's Kiley who's in possession again. He's got the return from Gary Bateman, heading towards the in-line. And it's a chance for Claughaun to get something here. It's Kieran Moran playing it back inside. Moran getting the return pass. Ball is on the ground. Favour Gerald Griffin's. Leg goes in. Play on, says the referee. And now it's going to be a free Gerald Griffin's. So we switch from one end of the field to the other. No shot at goal just yet. Darren Noonan. Last free pass was probably something that they needed at that stage.
Yeah,
this stage.
It's like when you're on the tee box in golf and you're trying to give it that little bit extra, and the whole thing goes wrong. Like, he just completely lost his kicking style and went up in the air. But I know it's a cliche, but the next score here is massive. Like, if it is Gerald Griffin's grand, they're back in the game. But if it's Claughaun and they shove it out to a 4-point lead, like that's a lot, considering Gerald Griffins have scored 4 to date.
Looks like Tyke Bennett is going to come on the field of play within a matter of moments. He's ready here underneath us as Claughaun also prepare a second substitute. And I look to my right, and Gerald Griffins are doing something similar, but we're back with play in midfield. As Paranahan said, a big quarter of an hour to come here, 15 minutes to go. It's 7-4 to the men from Limerick City. Are Gerald Griffins going to lose their second county final in as many years? Or will it be Claughaun to will it be them to grab something here in the final quarter? It's a chance, and it's, I think that's Bateman once more. and he was looking for the top corner of the net, and Brian Scanlon touches it in and touches it over the crossbar. The last piece of action of this quarter of the game, and a quarter in which we just saw 3 scores. Last one could have been a goal, Pat.
Yeah, I think that was actually Owen Murphy just with the white boots. But
yes,
it's county final day and he won the ball and he was like, it's me against you, and he basically took on 2 Gerald Griffins lads. And like Brian, in fairness, lucky thing he's 6'3" or 4", because another day that could have dipped underneath the crossbar. But a big save back. 4 points in a game like this, like it's a huge lead at the minute. But again, water breaks, weird things like we've seen so many times when you're heading into the last quarter and a different team comes out after the water break.
So it's the final quarter. You're in the Gerald Griffins team huddle. What is going to be your key message now? You've only got one message to deliver, Pa. What would it be?
Like, I can see Brian down there and he's probably doing what I do first and just trying to get some bit of rise out of the lads. Like, it just seems like they're a small bit of acceptance of what's going on at the minute, instead of actually having a cut and having no regrets afterwards. But tactically, as I spoke about, putting Tommy in to the full forward line and testing it that way, because at the minute they're getting no joy trying to break the Claughaun lads down, and Claughaun, to be fair to them, have really showed up today defensively. But like, you just have to have a swing at this stage. Like, what's the point? Like, lose by 6 or 7, but don't be wondering tonight if we'd have tried a bit harder or tried that out. But again, Claughaun boys are not going to let it happen either. So look, this is interesting.
Do you feel they need a goal?
They probably do, yeah. Like you can't see Claughaun not scoring again, because they're the ones that are looking more dangerous. And like, I do see Gerald Griffin scoring 5 points. Like, it's considering they've scored 4 in the first 3 quarters of the game. Like, it could happen, but going on what we've seen so far, they do need a goal, and putting Tommy in probably gives them that opportunity.
Well, I'm just looking. I think it's Shane Mullally who's on the field of play for Claughaun. He's wearing number 19, and their number. Trying to see who the other person is. There's definitely one substitute on. That is Shane Mullally, and we'll come to that now within a matter of moments. It's a kick out with Gerald Griffins, and there was 2 big roars from both huddles just as they broke up, and it's all on the line now, let me tell you, and it's very much in the favour of Claughaun as Paul Bruder tries to bring this forward. The light is fading in Newcastle West, much to do with the weather as anything else. A score here for Tommy Griffin and his team would just keep things alive and keep them ticking over, heading to the last couple of moments. 4 in it. It's back here to... It's back here to Brendan Stack. Off now as far as number 18. That's Paddy O'Connor, who's come on the field of play in the last number of moments. And it's with the Brendan Stack once more, trying to get Jim Liston to get through the middle. That middle is heavily defended and heavily guarded, but Darren Noonan gets a kick. It's not gone dead. It's gone right into the edge of the square, and that's really good defending from a number of Claughaun men, and that might well be the familiar frame of Cian Graham, as Gerard Stack is going to receive some attention here, and Graham has kind of set himself up there, right in front of the 2 inside players. Anything that's breaking, he's hoovering it up.
Yeah, he is, and like, it's the perfect game plan for when you have a lead heading into the final quarter. Like, you just cover up that centre. Like, it's no goals if you're Claughaun and you're home and hose, because like we said already, it's you can't see Gerald Griffins kicking 5 points, 4 points from play, and even the way it's been refereed. And to be fair to their tackling, there's no lazy hands going in, there's no swinging arms, there's no pulling the jersey. Like, they've been very disciplined today. Like, the game plan, if you want to call it that, from James O'Leary and his selectors has worked a T so far.
And players on all sides receiving attention. It looks like Gaza, Cian Burns receiving attention as well in midfield, and it's Ger Stack who is I would say the most liveliest of those Gerald Griffins inside forwards, as we're going to see another change here. It's MG Ambrose coming off. And it looks like Jamie Long is coming on the field of play for... So we're just trying to come up to changes at the moment, and Jamie Long looks like he's on the field of play for Gerald Griffins. And we'll return to play, because that's the most important thing right now. It's Jamie McGarry leading the charge here, off as far as number 17. It's the man just on a couple of moments ago. It's back to McGarry again. He's dummied it off as far as his centre forward. That's Alex Kiley. Is there something on here? And it's got inside, and that is a huge score from Podge O'Reilly. And well, Paranahan, we have a 5-point game here in Newcastle West with 10 minutes to go, and Podge O'Reilly has just put real daylight between the sides.
Yeah, like it was like as good as the football was there, the decision making every one of the Claughaun lads was spot on. No one took a swing at it. They waited until they worked into a better position. Kiley, Burns, and got it to Rahalik, and he kicked it from the scoring zone. And like 9-4, like they're looking all like winners at the minute, unless something dramatic changes.
Well, there needs to be a big score, and it needs to come quickly for them in from West Limerick, as Gerald Stack is playing very out the field, and it's with the Colin McSweeney, and McSweeney's trying to come through. He's got hoops after him, left, right and centre. It's off as far as the man that just came in a couple of moments ago. That is Sean O'Connor, and it's still Gerald Griffins with the ball. But this is the slow, patient build-up that they don't need. They need fast, quick, counter-attacking football, in my opinion now. But what would I know about it, says you? It's with their number 15, Gerald Stack. And this is suiting Claughaun because they've bodies inside. It's Paul O'Donnell who has it now, giving the ball off. It's actually Jamie Long. Back as far as Jim Liston. Is he going to put a boot in it? It's Colin McSweeney who has it. There's no ground being gained. They're just going lateral, left and right. And it's Brendan Stack looking to try and get somebody off. And it's Colin McSweeney. He's going to have a go, I would say, his first kick of the game. And good score from Colin McSweeney. And that brings a good cheer from the Gerald Griffin supporters here. It's a rare score. It's 5-9. It's 51 and a half minutes gone.
There's still time, and they had to get a score there, given how long they had possession and how well Claughaun did. But super kick from Colin. Like too many fellas were kind of shirking it. He took it on in fairness and kicked a great score into the town goals. And look, 4 points, 10 minutes left, and that'll give him spirit.
And yes, it will, and it's Ronan Power. Possession vital from this kick out. I think there's a mark going to be made. Yes, there is. It's Colin McSweeney. That's a huge mark to Paul Bruder, who's gone from half back to half forward, and he's been fouled. Kicking it inside as far as Jim Liston. Cool heads needed here. It's Paddy O'Connell who has it. Is there a quick score on here? Off as far as Sean O'Connor, trying to get on a foot here. It's Tommy Griffin kicks it in and kicks it over the bar, and scores have been seldom, have been rare. And next thing, they're like buses. Two comes along together within a minute.
Yeah, it's amazing momentum in football. It's the time of the match. You want it heading into the last 10 minutes, and it came out of nowhere really, because up to now they've been kind of slow and ponderous in the ball, and that was a massive win at midfield from Cullum there. Like he's shown up in the last quarter so far with a score and that win, and they moved it quickly, and Tommy off the left, and their big players are standing up.
And they certainly are, and it looks like number 18, it's Michael Torr Clancy is on here for Claughaun. As changes are coming, it's hard to keep up with them at this stage. Kick out comes, and it's Claughaun who win it in midfield. The crowd are beginning to get their voice as Kevin Howard has possession, arms outstretched there, as the Gerald Griffins supporters at that far side looking for something a little bit more. It's getting edgy. We're in the last couple of minutes of this county final. It's still loads of time remaining, but there's 3 in it. And it's urgency required from the men from Gerald Griffins, and that's not the greatest free in the world, as it's been given away. The hand pass has also been given away, so one from the other. Mike Sexton trying to calm things along the Claughaun sideline here. It's with the Podge O'Reilly, the point scorer just a couple of moments ago, off to Kevin Howard. Well, he's had a fine hour, let me tell you, for Claughaun. As it gives it back, it looks like Shane Mullally. Mullally, of course, a fine hurler in his day as well, applying his trade here with the Claughaun footballers as well, and he wins, albeit I say Paranahan, a very, very clever free.
Yeah, you want the Shane Mullally's of the world on the ball now if you're Claughaun, because like he did the right thing there, and literally kicked it away. It's from the free, but
yes, and Martin Doherty vigilant as always, saying it's gone.
So like, look, he went from hero to villain in the space of 10 seconds. But yeah, look,
and the pass was just about blocked. And Gerald Griffins, are they going to get it back here? Have they touched it? Whistle is gone, and Richie Maloney is going to give a free out. Advantage to defender there, who was over possession. Brian Scanlon gives it back out to his cornerback, Brian Long, and it looks like Jim Liston. He's got through a lot of possession this afternoon, has Jim Liston. And the urgency for Claughaun is to get back as Brendan Stack kicks it forward, but only to a hoops man, and it's lost the second time. And it's Gerard Stack to Diarmuid Noonan, and it's Paddy O'Connell. They're driving forward our Gerald Griffins, and it's with Sean O'Connor. Off as far as their number 19, Jamie Long. And it's threaded inside to Sean O'Connor. After Paul O'Connell, now he slips as he kicks it. It's going to land in the arms of Ronan Power. They needed a score there. And, it's Claughaun who are going to bring it out. Look at the clock, 25 minutes plus to go. And remember, I'm not including water break in that, as the hit comes. And the hit comes on the Claughaun man who was coming from the fence, and Dermot Noonan, in fact, was the man who gave that hit. And Richie Maloney going to give me a yellow card, I would imagine, here. Pa?
Yeah, I don't know which one of the Claughaun lads was. It was either one of the half-backs, I think, but the speed at this hour of the match, like to be able to go from the full back line to the 45, and like that's exactly what they need. They need to play the game outside their half. They don't want to get caught on the ball around there. Like, in serious drive there from, I think it was number 5. It was Keane Graham, like, and he's shown very well in this match so far.
Yeah, he's been one of the real performers of the game. Keane Graham, from a Claughaun point of view, has been a key man in their defence. And
oh, that's soft.
You might have just heard that from Paran, and he feels it was soft. Richie Maloney's giving it, and it's Claughaun who are advancing now as the ball is kicked along the line. And similar to Shane Mullally's free just a couple of moments ago, it's gone out over the sideline. Everybody's off the bench at this stage. They're all on their toes. What way will this one finish? There's 3 in it, and it's Claughaun who are leading. There was surely a free there. Play on, says the referee. It's off by Gaza, soccer style. Great chance here to make it 4, and it's Gary Bateman, who is probably heading towards a man of the match performance, kicks that in and over the bar. We're playing a 4-point game now. 56, nearly 57 minutes gone here. Gary Bateman, I say it with by my notes, that's his 5th score of the day. 5 very important points in this game.
Yeah, that was a massive one there, and I'd like to see that one again. Normally the cornerback, hand on the back, it looked like a free out there. They got a soft one before, Gerald Griffins, but that certainly went against them, and a massive score in the context of the game now. But fairness to Gerald Griffins, they're having a cut this quarter.
And indeed they are, and it's Paddy O'Connell trying to bring it through. Somebody trying to get a leg on it there, and it's Spill Keane Graham, not for the first time this afternoon, picking up that breaking ball, and he sets defence into attack. Shane Mullally off towards Gaza, and it's with the advancing, this looks like Tyke Bennett, maybe it is, it's on the field of play, and hard to keep up with all the substitutions right at the moment, and it's Owen Murphy who has it. Out underneath us here, he's got Martin McSweeney for company. He's getting that ball inside, it doesn't get there, and it's going to be brought out by Gerald Griffins, free for him on the way out, and it's Jim Liston who has it. Huge tension around the grounds as you get in the final moments of a county final. It's Claughaun on the verge of going back to senior football for the first time since 2010. Or is it going to be Gerald Griffins who are going to rescue this game from what looks like the jaws of defeat at this present moment? But if your money was on anyone, it would be on the men from Limerick City. And it's Jim Liston who's playing this one forward. You feel Gerald Griffins need a goal. I look up the field and they try and get bodies into that attacking zone in front of the D. And it's with their full-back Dermot Noonan now off as far as Sean O'Connor. He will look forward ahead and see who's making the runs, and it's Gerard Stack, and I think there's a free inside surely, and Stack is trying to get inside. He's on his left foot, he thinks it across the square, and it's going to go to the left hand side and wide, and I see Martin Doherty running, and I would imagine that's a call, to see how many minutes.
And it's 4 or 5 anyway. He looks like he put 4 or 5 fingers up, 4 maybe. So like it's not much time considering how much they need to get score. Like in one more possession for Claughaun, you feel like that should be enough.
4 points here. Jerry Butler and Tom McGarry just signalling to each other. Is there going to be another substitute? Barry Ryan involved, and James O'Leary, of course, the manager, the very cool and collected manager down there in the Claughaun colours. And it's a kick into midfield won by Gerald Griffins. There's going to be 4 minutes, as Mike Sexton, as this ball is played forward, and it's well won back in defence by Claughaun. And it's going to be treatment for Jamie McGarry, and we know that by the purple boots, or the pink boots, Paranahan from here. They're pink, I think they are. And McGarry is going to be okay, I would imagine.
Yeah, he'll be grand. Again, Gerald Griffins, how many times in the second half the kick pass didn't clear the intended target? And it's just the turnovers that probably they weren't doing all year, the balls they weren't giving away all year. But the Claughaun, in fairness, the setup in the game plan from the minute 1 to now has been ideal, spot on, and they're deserving winners as of right now.
Definitely that first quarter, Pat, was the deciding in this game. 6 points to 2 for Claughaun at that stage. They ain't given up just yet, but definitely a huge part of the game.
It was massive. Given that kind of foundation that they were able to set up there, and to be fair, they've just kind of held Gerald Griffins at bay for the rest of the game. And that 4-point gap that they had in the first quarter is what it's at still now.
And it's Brian Scanlon bringing this ball out. There was a brief moment of an attack there, and the Gerald Griffins and Limerick goalkeeper has come well away from his number one position as he's trying to do something for his team. It's a 4-point game. They want something now. It's well won by Tommy Griffin. Off as far as O'Connor. Kicks it across as far as Paul Bruder. If we a chance, kick comes and it just goes too high and it goes over the crossbar, and Paul Bruder, in just 1 minute of stoppage time, 1 minute of the 4, has reduced the advantage to just 3 points. A goal badly needed now. Possession vital, part from this kick out.
Yeah, and it's the first time we've seen the Claughaun lads not get back and set up. And Tommy won that long ball in, and there was definitely a goal on, but they got a score out of it, so it keeps it to that 1-score game. And are the legs tiring or small with the Claughaun lads now?
Well, this one is huge. It goes into midfield. It's no mark claim there. It's Gaza just playing it soccer style forward, and it's it looks like Bateman, and it's Martin Doherty who's saying no, Mr. Bateman, you kicked it out. It's going to be a sideline kick. Brendan Stack off as far as his centre forward, as fouls coming all over the field, but playing on, it's Colin McSweeney advancing. Goal needed and nothing less for Gerald Griffins at this stage. It's Tommy Griffin, and it's on the ground, and it looks like Paul O'Donnell or Jamie Long that has it, and Paul O'Donnell is there as well, but it's Claughaun who win it back, and it looks like the ball has been thrown. Yes, says the referee. And we're going to have an interesting finish. The ball is kicked inside, but Tommy Griffin wasn't ready for it. He's back turned, as there's going to be Claughaun advancing here, and that was a super chance. Still 2 minutes to play, but this counter-attack comes, and it's Jamie McGarry who has it fouled here on their number 4, and that is Dara Keenahan, a man who also has had a fine game in a hoops jersey this afternoon. He took the tackle after the ball was played, and I think that's I'm just looking at names down here. Number 17 is Tyg Bennett, and he came on just a couple of moments ago, just after the water break, and tried to play it short to Kevin Howard, and Kevin Howard is cramping now. Just as I look down at him, it's Colin McSweeney racing down this far sideline, trying to put a good hit in there. Was Michael Torr Clancy. The ball has gone into the corner, but it's Gerald Griffin's have it. Griffin kicking it in. This is a dangerous ball and running power, but good hands in there, takes it in the chest. Not enough around there for Gerald Griffins to penetrate the goalkeeper and make it a little bit more dangerous for him, but they're still have Claughaun hemmed into that corner back over there. They're advancing now towards the 45, past the 45. It's Gaza kicking the ball long. Anywhere will do, and the ball has been kicked, but the man from Claughaun has been fouled. 30 seconds left, Parana, and it's surely Claughaun's now.
Yeah, you'd have to feel there like that. When that ball went in from Tommy, I was like, Tommy's probably the one that should be inside there, but again, there was no one in there putting pressure on the goalkeeper, and it's been that way most of the game. The Claughaun of the team are kind of gone to try and win it, and the most, and attacking every ball, and even that last ball there, the free from Gerald, it was just off. And Claughaun have the ball here now, last few plays of the game.
Well, it looks like it's taken 10 years, but it looks like the Claughaun will be in the pot for the Senior Football Championship draw in 2021. And let's hope normal service is resumed in terms of spectators and a normal Ireland as well, as Richie Maloney is going to give them a free. And they are waiting patiently down here. It looks like they're in no rush to take this free. Richie Maloney telling him, move it on. Manager James O'Leary, Jerry Butler, Tom McGarry and Barry Ryan are the people involved, and of course led by a very, very strong committee and club in Claughaun, and a club of great tradition for many years, and they'll relish this one around Childers Road, not just for tonight but for many nights. And it's moving forward, it's Shane Mullally, and it doesn't matter because Mullally has had the last play of the game, and Claughaun are county intermediate football champions for 2020 in what was a titanic battle here in Newcastle West, decided possibly on the first quarter of the game after Claughaun had led at the water break 6-2. That was the first water break. They led at half-time by 6-3, and they've, more importantly, Paranahan, they have led at the end of this game by 3 points, 10 points to 7, a deserved victory for the men from Limerick City.
Yeah, I think that word deserved, like going on today's performance alone, that was fully deserved. They deserved to win that match. Certainly, they won by 3. They were probably, that's the minimum they probably should have won by. They were outstanding from start to finish. That first quarter laid the foundations for a brilliant game plan from Claughaun. They snuffed out the danger men. They didn't leave themselves open at the back. They took the scores when they were available in that first quarter. It gave them the confidence probably that they didn't have last year when they lost the semi-final to Gerald Griffins. I were Gerald Griffins like probably the outstanding team of the year in intermediate, but just today, just one of those days, and we've all been there where you turn up and it doesn't go right. It'll be a hard one to take from, but like you said, the Claughaun clubhouse will be buzzing, socially distanced buzzing, I suppose, but will be buzzing tonight and tomorrow.
Gary Bateman with 5, a really, really impressive performance for him at number 15 for Claughaun.
Yeah, like as regards the forwards on show, he was this outstanding forward. But I have to say for Claughaun, like throughout the team, they had in every line of the field, the Darren Keane in the corner, they had Keane Graham at midfield. The 2 lads were outstanding, and half forward line worked really hard. Sam Mullins working back. Craig Carew did his job today. Man marking Tommy Griffin and Darren Noon at different times. But like if they were to draw a performance, that's what they would have drawn up before the match and last night, and like they deserved it today, and fair play to them.
A county final means so much to so many, and it's just the emotion for Claughaun out here in front of us. They have, as I said, bridged the gap back to senior football for the first time in 10 years, relegated in 2010, of course, and they have built themselves, of course, lost finals in 2012 and 2015. It's not like they didn't know their own share of heartache, but today they were the foremost team in this game right from the off, and next year, of course, they will offer a lot to senior football as well.
You'd have to say, looking at that, like I'm looking here as a club senior footballer, like there isn't much weakness in what their team is. They've got strength, they've got size, they've good forwards, they've got the battle of the Claughaun teams would have, like that kind of drive. And once they got their tails up this year in the hurling of football, like some clubs are like that. Once they get the tails up, it's hard to stop them. And they're young enough. Like you wouldn't say any of those players, like they're quite young, and they've got a good management that's been there a few years. Like you definitely say, like the Claughaun team in 2010 was probably hanging on for a year or two before it went down. You definitely say this team is on an upward curve.
And without doubt, and of course they still play in the Junior Hurling Championship semi-finals at the weekend, and they'll hope their hurling management will hope that this won't have a dent in those preparations, but certainly the day very much belongs to them. One quick word for Gerald Griffins, and Pa, you mentioned it a couple of moments ago. It's difficult to lose one county final, but 2 in a row, that's a real sucker punch.
Yeah, and again, their age profile is very young as well. It's not a case of them being gone, but there's no words from it at the minute. I see Shane Kelly dragging them together down there and getting in the huddle, but they're probably looking around and they look back at this going, we just didn't have a cut until it was near the end of the match. And it's a tough one to take because, like I said, they've been outstanding this year. They were outstanding last year. Yet they're still not at senior level, and I know from experience, like it doesn't get any easier year after year. You've Drumbradford coming down next year. You have other teams like St. Sinnans and Mungret, and they'll want to be looking at this saying we want to win that. Like so, it's a tough championship to win. It's a tough championship to win. But they've been outstanding. The football they've played this year has been brilliant. It's just today it just didn't happen for them, unfortunately.
Definitely not, and it looks like we won't have a presentation for another minute or so. Claughaun meant to make their way towards us here, but it looks like they're going to take their time. They're relishing the moment, and county final victories are just ones that you really, really have to savour. And it's Sam Mullins, their captain, who is coming across the field with Sean Roach, of course, of the Newcastle West GA Club, making his way towards us here. I'm sure the 100 or 80 or plus supporters that are here from Claughaun, there'll be an awful lot more in the Childers Road this evening, waving those green and white flags, bringing these boys home.
They will, yeah. It's the spoils of war, is when you go back and you get to celebrate, and it'll be that strange thing of people arriving back into clubs now with their jerseys and gear on early at this stage. Like normally you would be into the dressing room, shower and fancy clothes on and hair and all that, but that's kind of got, and it's a nice part of it too when you're kind of coming back to the club and you're still got the dirt on your legs and the jersey on the back and bringing it home, and it's great. And I see there's some great club members in Claughaun, and they've had a few years struggles, but they're certainly on the up and up, and the clubhouse, like I said, will be the place to be for the next week, I'd say.
and they've had a couple of stern tests, of course, coming through, beating their great rival St. Patrick's in the quarter-final, and that was a very keenly contested game. Of course, beating St. Sinans, a very fancied St. Sinans on Tuesday evening in the semi-final, and here beating, as what Per Anahan has said on more than one occasion, probably the form team of this year's championship at this grade, and that is Gerald Griffins. But that's, it's not much good to them this evening as they try and pick up the pieces here and leave with their heads held high, and they gave a gallant effort, but it just wasn't to be. And it's the men from Limerick City who are again slow to come towards us here. They don't want this to end, as Sam Mullins is down in front of us here getting the plaudits and talking to the media as we await the presentation. It's a wonderful day for Claughaun and for their club. County final victory, something to savour always, and days like this will be remembered forevermore. And Pat, we've got a number of clubs who have won county championships today. We've Adair senior football, Claughaun intermediate football, and we're just hearing earlier on how good that junior football final was against between Monaghan and Crocoora. It's a really, really special time when you win a county championship.
Yeah, and I suppose it's weird, and normally the county finals are spread out over a couple of weekends, and a lot of bad things obviously happened this year, but there's been something special about the fact that you've had football weekends and hurling weekends, and you've had all the county winners in the same weekend, and today was the football's time, I suppose, to shine the day. Obviously the weather wasn't for it, but you had an outstanding performance from Adair, who are the outstanding team in the county for a few years. You had an outstanding, really good performance from Claughaun today, fully deserved. And they're certainly going places. And you had Crocoora, who maybe a bolt from the blue at the start of the year, win the junior A football title. But it's a big thing, and it's good to see different teams win it. I know Adair probably have their counties won, but it's always nice. It'd be nice to have one myself. It's been a while, so but look, it's nice. That bit of variety, the spice of life, and all that. But look, fair play to them. Let them enjoy it, and they should enjoy it.
They should indeed. And presentation just about to happen here underneath us. I see the Claughaun faithful. They've decided to bring themselves forward and enjoy the moment here. And it's if we don't move, we're going to be in this presentation as well. It's Sam Mullins going to receive the County Intermediate Final Cup from John Galvin of Limerick County Football Board. This is a fabulous victory for them. They win here this afternoon in Newcastle West, and one that they will remember and savour for quite a long time. It's Claughaun winning here by 10 points to 7 as we head towards what should be the presentation here of the County Intermediate Football Final. Per Anahan, thank you very much for your commentary this afternoon and your analysis. Indeed, as always, very much informed. It's over to
one step further, and it won't be too long before we see you again, and hopefully in the senior ranks for both of us. So well done to Gerald Griffins for a great game today, and best of luck again next year with it. Just to repeat the sentiment here to the officials for getting the pitch in such good nick, the ref, the linesmen today, the county board for scheduling and running a competition that we didn't think we'd have a couple of weeks or a couple of months ago. Obviously we wouldn't be standing here celebrating this if we didn't have it, so well done to that, and thanks to everyone involved. And finally, more importantly, to the lads here in front of me who've had a long year. And not just the 15 or 20 or even 30 players, I think everyone involved, the background, James, Tom, Jerry, apologies for forgetting everyone. The last couple of years, this hasn't been a smash and grab for us, this has been a number of years coming, so thanks to everyone behind the scenes and on the scenes, and out here today to celebrate this with us. So, well done, boys. Sorry? On that, boys, I don't know what more. 3 cheers for Gerald Griffins, boys, before we finish off. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Give me that cup!
We need your help. A donation of €20 from yourself, your family and your friends will not only give you a chance to win your dream car, but it will also give our hurlers and footballers the best possible chance of preparing correctly for the upcoming championship. Go online today at www.limerickga.ie/Mercedes to buy your ticket now. Closing date is the 16th of October. Working together for continued success.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect.
Well, the great story about the draw is everybody tells me I live abroad and yet I won. You know, and then a lot of people say like that they've been in it for 30 years and never won it. Well, I've been in it for 30 years and I've won it twice this year. So it can happen to anybody. I live abroad and it shows an interest in the club and it shows an interest in my history, and that's what it's all about.
We need your help. A donation of €20 from yourself, your friends and your family members will not only give you the chance of winning a dream car, but will also give us the financial support needed to prepare for our upcoming championships. Go online and buy your ticket today at limerickga.ie. Closing date 16th of October 2020. Working together for continued success.
Perfect.